Gardeners took a collective sigh of relief, and certainly farmers, with Sunday's much needed and welcome rain. With summer now officially here, what should we be doing in our gardens right now? Joining us live is garden guy Dale Kay on this Tuesday morning. Good morning to you, Dale.
Good morning to you, Tom. Even for me, by crikey, keeping the garden alive for, what was it, 12, 14 days straight, it was a little bit of a stretch. It's so nice out here this morning. Even had to put a shirt on over my t-shirt because it was a wee little bit chilly earlier on, and the garden is absolutely loving it. And if you haven't been in the garden because it's been too hot except moving the water around, here's some things that you can be doing right now. Let's take a look at the little veggie garden plot behind me. There's some things coming into harvest. I got some peas that are rolling. Oh, that's brekkie. Got some peas that are rolling. Lettuce is coming in. Cilantro is starting to bloom, and I've had to cut that back. And you may have noticed this in your own garden. Everything started to really bolt in the heat, especially lettuces and all your herbs and things like that. So I've got a couple of empty spots. There's one over here where there was radish, and one over there where there was earlier lettuce that's been harvested. So now's the time to come back in and do some more sowing of seeds. And what I'm going to plant are two things: spinach and then also green beans, because they harvest really quickly. This one's about 55 days to mature. This one's about 40 days to maturity. This one's about 55 days. So still lots of time to do some planting. And I also forgot one of the most underused herbs, especially for cooking, for garnishes and a little bit of flavor, just your regular chives. I don't know how I didn't miss it. I don't know how I missed that initially, but so it's still okay to plant those. And then I mentioned the cilantro and even my dill over there starting to go to seed a little bit. So I'm going to replant those, and I'm going to do that by seed packets as well. Now, if your flowers took a little bit of a dive in the heat, and quite honestly, don't be sad that that happened. It was a very tough stretch of warm weather for June, especially all those young plants. Garden shops have plenty of good color still available that you can plant. That's some zinnias there. I got some combination pots in back over there. That's all good. You can also, if you'd like, you can go ahead and use some fertilizer now, especially after the rain. If you've been irrigating, don't fertilize if your lawn is brown. That means it's dormant or a little bit stressed. You don't want to do any fertilizer. But if you want to go ahead and prune all your flowers, your petunias, and give them a little shot of liquid fertilizer, that would be fine. Also, neem oil if you've got any bugs. A little bit of neem oil. It's for organic gardening, even some mildew, some fungus. Neem oil is a really good option, particularly if you're into, or you want to garden a little bit more sustainably and organically. And speaking of all that heat too, tomatoes, if you haven't staked them already, time to stake your tomatoes. That particular one there is a cherry. And I think actually it's not getting quite enough sun. It's getting a little, it's almost looking like my hair in the morning. It's getting a little hairy and wild. So even though I don't have a lot of hair, especially in the back, see that? Not in the back, but in the front it gets kind of wild. So go ahead and stake your tomatoes, either a cage or a little staking kit like this one as well. And then what I also might do, make sure you tie them up as well, and make sure, another thing that you can do, or what I'm going to do actually, is plant another little succulent garden. I planted this one for the fam, and then I saw this pot, and I think I'm going to do it all over again and plant some little succulents. I'm going to put that on my patio table over there, and then also, of course, do a little weeding. And I should mention that photojournalist Rod, he spent really all morning trying to hide this light. He's been spending all morning trying to hide this light behind this mandevilla so you wouldn't see it. But what I'm also going to do is string some lights. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I'm not really an electrician, but I've got to go from the umbrella over here kind of across the way there, because my wife thinks that's going to look bonza. So I'm going to do that. What else did I forget? Weeding and watering, and that's it. Back to you.
And lighting. That's so important, so that you look good and the plant looks good. Right there. Rod, he's a stickler for that. That's right. All right, thank you. Appreciate it.